Maybe the best show we've ever done. That was true Friday. Today's now going to trump that. Today might be the best show we've ever done. I'm so Let's go.
Let's explain. Let's dive in. Let's get to it. A little Monday Night Football from last night. 6-3 Rams, 7-3 Bucs. No. A battle for NFC playoff positioning and a battle all night for Tom Brady. 216 yards and 2 touchdowns, but also 2 costly interceptions.
Show me the double
including one on Tampa's final drive, sealing the win for the Rams. So the loss drops Tampa to 7-4. What does that mean? Well, they are now 2 losses back of the Saints in the NFC South. After the game, a seemingly level-headed Tom Brady on what went wrong.
You know, tonight was very inefficient, did not a very good job there in the second half. Defense played great. Kept coming up with huge stops, getting us the ball back. And offensively, we just couldn't make the plays that were necessary to be efficient. And we had plenty of chances. So got to get them fixed.
All right, Nick, here we go. You're up. What went wrong last night? Another primetime loss for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What happened last night?
Well, listen, we know what the Bucs are. They can't deal with pressure on the quarterback. I don't mean pressure in like the ephemeral sense, like actual human beings trying to hit the quarterback. They fall apart when that happens. So when you play the Panthers, who have no pass rush, you look great. When you play the Raiders, who as good as they are on offense, have no pass rush, you can look really good. But if you face any type of resistance from an opposing team's defensive line, you're going to fall apart. And listen, that's going to be the narrative on the Bucs today, on this channel, on all the channels, on all the shows. So I want to throw a little curveball at America. I just want to defend the Bucs and Tom Brady just a bit. 7-4 is not a bad record. Now, it's not as good as a team like the Browns, who are 7-3, but it's one less loss than the Bears. So, like, it's not 7-4 is not a terrible place to be. And Tom Brady last night, I thought, was a bit of an innovator, trying to push the boundaries as far as, let me see quite how far the refs will let me take this. He saw early in the game, they're going to create defensive pass interference out of nowhere. He saw later in the game, they're going to totally change the fumble rules, which they changed for me. They're going to change them again back to how they once were. So I'm going to try to invent a double pass and see if I can get away with it. And you know what? If it wasn't for those rascally kids, I think he would have gotten away with it. He damn near did. So everyone's going to bang on Brady because he looked like an old man. And 24 hours after we saw the future GOAT lead his team down the field like clockwork, Brady just needed to get in field goal range and threw a terrible pick. And now he has 9 on the season. And that's more than, Daniel Jones and Phillip Rivers. And it ain't great. But, hey, they're 7-4. They're going to make the playoffs for the first time in forever for the team. And if they play a team, Brandon, who doesn't have a pass rush, they might have a fighting chance in that playoff game. So I don't think it's all gone for the Bucs. They are what they were always going to be, a decent team with a limited quarterback.
So, Nick, watching this game, man, it was a miserable night for me. Miserable. Because I've been standing on the table arguing you down about how Tom Brady is the GOAT and he's the best ever and he's still playing lights out. But the reality is, Tom Brady lost that game last night. And then you go back to his press conference last night after the game. That's something I do not want to hear in that locker room. One of the things that I was always taught was when you win, you deflect praise. And when you lose, you take on all the blame, especially when you're the face of the franchise, especially when you're the GOAT, especially when you're Tom Brady, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion. You've done it over and over and over again. That's the last thing I want to hear is we. No, it wasn't we. And I hate to say it this way, but it was you. Tom Brady played bad last night. The defense played good. Offensively, you go through the first pick, and I'm always going to be a guy that asks the question why before I jump down somebody's throat. The first pick, Godwin throws up his hand. So I'm going to chop that up to just Godwin. Like, that's when you see a wide receiver throw up his hand, and that means he's converting. I thought this was a bad decision by Godwin. A lot of times when you do this, the quarterback has to hold the ball. Okay. He's going to be indecisive, and bad things happen. But before he even threw up his hand, why are you even throwing this ball? You have pressure in your face. There's no reason to throw this ball. You see someone staring down the barrel of your gun, and you let the ball go? No, you don't do that. To me, that was a bad decision on Tom Brady to even let this thing rip. The second INT. Oh man, come on! Like terrible. That's a bad decision. You won't even see a rookie quarterback. Tua won't even make this throw in this moment. This is a seam. The ball is meant to be thrown on a dart, 18 yards on the top of the numbers, and he throws it like it's a go route. Of course, bad things are going to happen. He misread the coverage. He floats the ball in the air in the most critical point of the entire game. Bad decision. He also, coming into this game, he couldn't hit the deep ball. You had Gronkowski running down the sideline. You missed Gronkowski. You didn't even give him an opportunity. You have Mike Evans. He beats the best corner in football, Jalen Ramsey. You live for these moments, and you throw it out of bounds. Tom Brady played bad. I'm starting to rethink my love for Tampa Bay and Tom Brady right now. That was just bad. That was bad.
Brandon, that was too quick.
Brandon, you can't move around like this.
Go ahead, Wilds.
Stay seated, right, and stay with your Tom Brady love. Now I've got to do it for you.
Dig those
and
heels
and in my opinion, it's invalidated because of my Patriots love. Look, did the Rams play last night? Did Tom Brady go against the team from Varsity Blues, or the team with LL Cool J and Jamie Foxx, or was it the best defense? I think it was the best defense in the NFL, and I think we have some interesting analysis, post-game analysis. If we could roll the sound, please, Katana.
What they have, 250? Huh? Best defense in the league.
Surprise, best defense in the league. Second in points, first in yards, second in pass yards, fifth in rush yards. And I know we want to bang on Brady. He's too old. He's got a noodle arm. In the last two games, guess who else threw two interceptions and about 200-something yards? Russell Wilson. And we weren't like, let's be done with Russell Wilson. He's too old. He's 30-something. The fact that Tom Brady is old and threw two interceptions doesn't mean he threw the interceptions because he was old. The Rams defense is the best in the league.
No, he threw him because he was scared.
And if you
Wilds, he didn't throw him because he was old. He threw him because he was scared.
That's fine.
He can't deal with pass rush. And what you saw in the final, listen, they just needed a field goal. They had 2nd and 10 with 1:50 and a timeout. They needed to get 30 yards. But what happened? A.Q. Shipley, their center, went out of the game, and Brady preemptively saw a pass rush that wasn't there and threw the game away. That's what happened.
This is where I disagree.
Rush, you will beat the Bucs.
But this is where I disagree with you. We can continue to double down on that narrative that the pass rush. No, they had an excellent game plan last night. Last night game plan was we're going to throw wide receivers quick screens. We're not going to even let the rush get to me. I thought they had an actually decent, simple game plan last night to beat the Rams. They wanted to run the ball, and they wanted to take some shots. They weren't able to get that done. This is the type of game you want to have against your #1 defense. But it had nothing to do with the pass rush. Those were just bad decisions. These are things that Tom Brady was able to control. That pick to end the game, that's all on him. He misread coverage. That is fundamentals. That's a seam route down the right side of the numbers. He's supposed to put that on the line. He didn't do that. And then missing those deep balls, that's on Tom Brady.